He's innocent until proven guilty, but I don't think people should be tying their name. You know, I've always had suspicions on his background just based on his father being CIA. He openly bragged about not paying taxes. He's openly
Wait, is Andrew Tate's father CIA? Is that true?
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. I fully support Andrew and Tristan.
We know.
I am going to prioritize my personal experiences with them over what I read in the news. And the outrage that I see right now, well, it's predictable that Sam Bankman-Fried is walking free right now after stealing billions of dollars from normal people. He's walking free. They gave him a bail, even though it was proven that he was at the White House 3 times this year. This is somebody that we would be in a Twitter space debating like whether or not he should be in and out of jail. I completely support Andrew and Tristan Tate. They're good people, and everybody who has met them will say the exact same thing.
I want to just, Sneako, maybe it makes you feel better. We had Sam Bankman-Fried on the stage here. We've questioned him, and we weren't nice at all. So I don't think you'll have any sympathizers with Sam in the space. Alpha,
it's not about sympathizers. Sorry to interrupt. It's not about sympathizers, but just analyze who goes to jail and who walks free.
Yeah, nobody's for selective prosecution, but I think the problem is if he did do this, I don't want him to get off just because I like some of the things he says. The same thing with Hunter Biden. That's why I look at Democrats like they're crazy. If he's guilty, send his ass to jail. Listen, nobody here is a fan of selective prosecution, especially what we've seen done with the American criminal justice system over the last couple of years. People, engaging in self-defense, being charged with murder, etc. But I think, let's just slow our horses till we know what's going on.
I disagree. I don't think we should slow our horses. I think we all understand that at a certain level of wealth, a level of money laundering or tax evasion, so like fraud, that's always going to come up at a certain level.
God, he's such a bot. Oh my God, he runs defense so hard for him.
Sneako, do you?
I would disagree. In those specific industries, Eastern European gambling and the sex cam industry, you tend to have money laundering, AML issues, know your client issues, etc. That's why a lot of banks won't even do business there, at least Western banks.
Well, my point is, even if he does get prosecuted for money laundering or tax evasion, I still support everything he said. And there should be more outrage. If the woke left is going to talk about they care about human trafficking, then they should focus that energy into the.
Okay, they asked me if I want to go Fresh Fit at 7 o'clock. I think Sneako would be there. Should I do it? I kind of want to play Factorio though.
To that island. If you actually care about human trafficking, it has been outed that the global elites all go to these islands and touch children.
Oh my God!
Sex trafficking ring with children, and people just move on and they talk about Andrew Tate, somebody who's cleared his name about this. It's absolute. It's nonsense.
But he hasn't cleared his name. He has not cleared his name, and I care so much about human trafficking, which is why if Andrew Tate is guilty of this, he belongs in jail. And what's crazy to me is the same people that have been championing, we're against human trafficking. If the Romanian government, if this prosecutor is legitimately one of the first prosecutors to actually be prosecuting it, then that's something that should be applauded, right? And we could be basically going after all these people that are trying to, say Andrew Tate's a martyr. What if he's really guilty of it and now you're actually going after the prosecutors that are trying to stop trafficking and that are defending the victims? So I agree we should let it play out.
He can't be guilty. He was nice when he hung out with him for 100 days.
Who is this guy? This guy sounds like a New Yorker. Am I crazy?
People thought, Bill Cosby was nice.
No, I'm joking. Yeah,
he's joking, obviously.
You know what I mean? You can, part of being one of these sadistic people that actually do commit these crimes is you actually have to have a charming personality to convince people that you wouldn't do them.
Well, he might not have even committed those crimes, right? If he was washing money, that and they get him on that, it is what it is, right?
No speculation.
I feel like my bridge might burn tonight. I'm gonna get super triggered talking about this. Oh God.
I think it's not enough for some people to come in here saying they are his friends, they vouch for his character. That's not good enough. We need to see these charges. We need to see what the evidence is that the victims are actually.
What's your prediction? So you seem the point where I could see this being a problem is if he is prosecuted and he gets in a lot of trouble, then me putting my reputation on the line. Do you think that? You think I shouldn't defend somebody who I consider to be a friend?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Well, if something happened to you and I didn't believe it, then I would defend you as well.
You shouldn't. You don't know me that well.
I know you pretty well compared to most people. I talk to you more than I talk to a lot. Yeah,
but you still don't know. Regularly. I could have a fucking a harem full of fucking underage dogs in my fucking apartment that I in the background for when I'm off.
Right, but nothing about your character, nothing from what I've seen talking to you points to that. So
if I was engaged in criminal behavior, I wouldn't be showing you that shade of myself, though, right? You don't. I could be committing crazy tax fraud or going out and like killing homeless people or some shit. You have no idea. It's not like
tax fraud and whatever.
You don't. It's not like I would be like hanging out with you like, yeah, man, I just like love killing homeless people. Like I'm an American Psycho or some shit, right? I just think like if you're gonna vouch for somebody, what you're doing is what you're essentially saying is that like, listen, this guy's having a credibility crisis right now because he's being accused of some shit, and I'm gonna lend my credibility to him. I wouldn't lend my credibility unless I knew the person really fucking well. Like I would trust that person over anything else, right? I would trust my wife. Like I would if she got accused of shit, I'd 100%. I'd be like, yeah, I'm a ride or die, of course. I have a couple friends that I would trust, but not just any random fucking internet acquaintance. That's something I've only talked to like 10 or 20 times. You have no idea because that's your credibility now.
Yeah, but everybody's dogpiling right now. Everybody's trying to ruin the reputation.
So what? You just want to do the opposite because you want to be like a fucking disruptor?
No, I don't
you
want to be an opposite. But they're lying. They're lying on his name. They're bringing up all this.
Yeah, then fight against the lies.
I am fighting against the lies. I talk about that pizza nonsense that all your friends brought up all these times.
Then just focus on the pizza nonsense. But you don't know if he's innocent on this shit.
A lot of things. They're talking about the fact that he had consensual role play where they were being hit with belts, and then they've been on camera saying that I was actually consenting to this completely, and then they're still saying that he beats women. So I'm openly trying to defend somebody who has been helpful to a lot of young men right now in a time where it's really necessary for that message to be heard. And so the same thing goes for anybody that I listen to, or anybody that I talk to, or anybody that I consider to be a friend. I would defend them if they're getting dogpiled by everybody right now. Everybody, especially in your space, was so quick to celebrate, was so quick to like believe this bullshit about pizza boxes. Idiots like Penguin Zero, because they don't know anything and they hate this person.
Yeah, but you guys do the same thing about every fucking Democrat that gets accused of fucking anything. Look at how many people you guys say are because they like went to Epstein's island, but for some reason you guys never make the same accusation of Trump. Or look at how anytime something about Hunter Biden comes up. I make the accusation
for Trump. I bring it up about how he should not have been buddy with Epstein. There's many pictures of him. I'm critical of that too.
Okay,
I don't pick and choose my human trafficking.
Okay.
You know,
well, that's cool. That's
people
cool.
On the left.
That's cool.
Pick and choose.
That's cool. No, everybody, the left and right, absolutely
never
do this
talk
shit.
about it.
The left and right both pick and choose like crazy on this.
There's demand for the black book on Epstein's island, but they're so quick to talk about Tate.
Well, right now they're being talked about Tate because Tate has done every possible thing he can to put a target on his back. He went to an Eastern European country and openly and brazenly bragged about engaging in fucking sex trafficking in a country that's trying to clean its shit up. No shit he's going to get the ire.
We have no evidence of this. There's no evidence at all.
So the arrest warrant and all of that was just all fabricated. It was just on air. They just did it for whatever.
So what's the hard evidence, Destiny?
I don't know. I'm not a prosecutor. You realize
Then there you go. Then stay agnostic if you don't know.
No, I am agnostic. You're the one that's not. Why do you keep trying to steal my position?
Agnostic.
You're not agnostic though. I am agnostic. I'm saying there's a possibility. You're saying no. I know his character. There's no chance. Do you want to admit right now? Could there be a chance?
Obviously, there's a possibility that he can go to jail.
No, I'm asking if there's a possibility he's a sex trafficker.
I don't think so.
No, I didn't ask if you think so. Why are you being so weaselly? I'm asking you if there's a possibility of it. Is there a possibility that the fact of the matter is that he's a sex trafficker? Is there a possibility?
I would be a fool. If it comes out true and there's hardcore evidence and he was actually a violent sex trafficker, I would be a fool.
Okay, you're so weaselly, but I mean that's cool. I understand.
Weaselly?
You want to answer the question. No. I'm asking you a very simple question, but I think you're gonna get clipped or something, which is fine. You don't have to answer it, but just be like, oh, I don't want to answer it. Okay, my question is it possible? The fact of the matter is that he's a sex trafficker. Is that possible?
Of course, there's a possible. There's a possibility that you are too.
Oh my God, the glazing.
There's a possibility. Anybody, even in your chat, even the DGT or nerds with blue hair, even if like we could all be. I don't know.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right. Bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.